Senate will come to order. Senator Sonnenberg for the pledge.
Thank you, Mr. President. Please join me in the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mr. Majors, would you please call the roll?
Senators Aguilar,
Excused.
Balmer, Baumgardner, Carroll, Cook, Crowder, Donovan, Garcia, Grantham, Guzman, Heath, Hill, Hodge, Holbert, John, Johnston, Jones, Kafalis, Kerr, Lambert, Lundberg, Marble, Martinez-Humenic,
Excused.
Merrifield, Neville, Newell, Roberts, Scheffel, Scott, Sonnenberg, Stedman, Todd, Ulibarri, Woods. Mr. President.
Here. With 33 present, 0 absent, 2 excused, we have a quorum. Senator Garcia.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move that the reading of the journal for Monday, January 12th be dispensed with and that the journal be approved and corrected by the Secretary.
You have heard the motion. Is there objection? Seeing none, the motion is adopted. The journal is approved. Senate Services.
January 13, 2015, clearly printed, Senate Bills 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 62, and 63.
Signing of bills.
January 12, 2015, the President has signed Senate Joint Resolutions 1, 2, and 3, Senate Resolutions 1 and 2, House Joint Resolutions 1001, 1002, 1003, and 1004.
Announcements. Majority Leader Scheffel.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Members, listen up. We've got some important things coming up this morning.
Thank you, Mr. President. Members, 3 main items. First one's pretty easy. Just a quick reminder, we're getting ready to bring out the treats. In order to do that, we must fund the treats. Secretary is asking for a contribution of $30 from each member this year. If you can make a note of that and we can get those coming in, then the treats will magically appear. Secondly, the inauguration. So upon adjournment, members are free to leave the chamber and go about your business in your offices, but those wishing to be seated in the reserved area for the General Assembly need to assemble back in the Senate chamber around 10 a.m. At the appropriate time, which will be about 10:20 a.m. this morning, the sergeants will escort us down to the West Foyer on the first floor for the inaugural processional. As you exit the building out onto the west steps, an announcer will call your name over the loudspeakers and you will be seated. The legislative seating is going to be closed off after 10:45, after which time any members arriving late are going to have to be seated with the general public. Not that they don't want us to be seated together, it just becomes a logistical issue and how to get to a seat. So again, game plan, we're going to get back here around 10-ish. We'll leave here about 10:20. The sergeants will escort us down. We'll give you the heads up. Listen for the chimes. A little after 10, that'll be your signal to start coming back to the floor so we can assemble and get back here. Related to that, those of you that have been displaced from your parking on the west side due to the preparations for the inaugural, you need to make sure you move your car back to the circle by this afternoon. They are going to reopen this at the street around 4 o'clock, I would say. And so watch for the disassembly of the inaugural bleachers and whatnot so you can get your car back in. But bottom line is you've got to get your car back into the circle this afternoon, because once they open the Grant Street, it could be a problem for your car. Announcement? Do you have an announcement?
Senator Hill.
Thank you, Mr. President. Colleagues, on education, real briefly, tomorrow we've got joint education committee meeting, and we've got to change the room on that. So we'll be in conference room 112 on that one. So you should have an email on that as well. But if you're like me and don't keep up with emails as well as you should, conference room 112 for joint education tomorrow.
Further announcement, Senator Sonnenberg.
Thank you, Mr. President. Tomorrow morning, down in the House Committee Room foyers, there will be an Ag Council breakfast. Please take a moment and join those folks, those ag groups that represent all the ag industries and Department of Ag. Join them for breakfast tomorrow morning, have a discussion with them, and learn a little bit about what they do. Again, that's tomorrow morning down by the House Committee Rooms.
Senator Baumgartner and Senator Donovan.
Thank you, Mr. President. Here we are again. We're asking for money for the National Western Stock Show Junior Livestock Auction. It's in a cup bed. Not this coming Friday, but the Friday after. You got plenty of time still. See myself, Senator Sonnenberg, or
Senator Donovan.
Thank you, Mr. President. Yes, we've been having great pace. Remember, this goes 100% to kids who are pursuing a career in agribusiness, and it also ends up largely helping everyone that's in the family. So keep those contributions coming. Thank you.
Senator Neville.
Thank you, Mr. President. We're going to have our first meeting of the Senate Finance Committee at 1:30 in Senate Conference Room 354 this afternoon. Shouldn't be too long, but we'll be going over introductory briefing by legislative staff and getting to know everybody and kick off the year.
Mr. Majority Leader.
Thank you, Mr. President. Members, again, listen for the chimes a little after 10. Make sure you make it here, and we'll head down to the inauguration about 10:20. Mr. President, move the Senate adjourn to 9 a.m. Wednesday, January 14th.
Without objection, the Senate will stand adjourned until 9 a.m. January 14th. Thank you. Good work.